We're here to talk about mentorship. Okay, today, Aldo, you're chairing actually. So, Aldo, how would you like to begin?
Okay, I think I'd like to start with update the Scrum, the Trello, and we continue to the discussion management.
Okay,
Okay, I think I'm gonna start with my card.
okay,
Okay, I updated the activity there.
okay. Okay, we're still waiting for the card to open. In the meantime, Aldo, is there any other cards that you would like me to open?
I think opening Nadine card two to
Okay,
see progress.
okay.
And I don't see Ara's card on mentorship, so I think we're going to leave it there.
Oh, right, right. Okay. Ara, that's actually a good point that Aldo just brought up. Would you like to create a card for mentorship so you can track your mentorship development?
Sure.
Okay.
It's already on my stack though, actually, but in HR.
Oh, right, right. Okay, so you're across. Okay,
So also like there are two things that I'm confused here. So there's like mentorships and project manager, right? So
yeah.
which one actually should I mandatory to attend?
Okay, so it depends. It depends on what functionality you want to improve. So for mentorship, it's more about how to lead people, like what to do if your mentee or your intern is doing things that you'd like to improve. For project management, it's much more focused on project management, right? Much more on like setting schedules, timelines, that kind of thing. Yes, Tara.
Actually, I am here to keep track on others as it's part of my HR things, right? To keep
Oh, okay,
and other. I
okay.
hope Yunus is here, but I don't know. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm just here to listen actually.
Okay, all right, fantastic, very good. Okay, so Ara's in she's helping you guys develop actually. So cool, thank you, Ara. Let's go back to Aldo then. Open Aldo.
Okay, so I did pairing yes on Thursday
Mhm.
with Asbi. So actually, it's after the discussion with me and Jing also and Ara. Thank you for the suggestion for me and I did pairing to with him and there's some takeaways and points that we're talking about. It's the first one the activity the activity sir. So the first one is to start to budgeting the time for his for every project that he's in right now, including school projects like thesis and things. So and also to put it on the Google Calendar so we can track what he's been doing.
All right.
The next one is about the professional networking. So he started the card like a fresh new card. So and also he want to categorize the properties the outreach part with property type. It is so he start with hotel and homeowners
Okay.
and also the professional networking with online marketer. He wants to restart the card. He want to restart the card with new outreach
Mhm.
and the next one is about the SEO writing. He wants to. I want him to focus more on keyword research, and I see that his card on property developers. He managed to get a reply from his outreach. So
Mhm.
I think it's a good sign for his development on professional networking, and also I see him more documenting on his updates on each of his card his active cards. I
Mm.
think that's my update. Maybe anyone have any comments for my development for Hasbi? Maybe start with Nadine.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. So, basically, a little update from my side. From my side, as the mentor, is I'm currently working at preparing the objective task for HR material competency for Caroline, and it should be done by today, and the task will be tomorrow. And yeah, basically from the latest discussion we had in the leadership development, yeah, I would like to yeah learn as well to creating the objective task for the mentees, and yeah, it should be done by today. And what will I do for today is reach.
Nadine, I think do you have any updates, any comments on my card?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I'm also working on reservation. Sorry. Oh, for this one. Oh no, all good from me. All good.
Okay. Thank you, Nadine. I will ask for your update after my card. Next to maybe Ara.
All good. Just pass it over.
Okay, thank you, Ara, for the comments. Maybe to Lilis.
Don't have any comments, Aldo. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Maybe for over to Mas Gani.
All good.
Last to Jing.
Okay. This is for everybody also who is a mentor. Thank you very much, Aldo, for updating your progress. I think this is a nice summary. Let's go and unpack things too. All right, let's go look inside and see if these are being implemented. So we're going to look and see if there's a time budget for every project, including school. So let's go ahead and take a look at, let's just say, a card. Now, the time budget is probably best understood by looking at a shared calendar. But it's okay. Let's just take a look at the cards and see what the time budgets are. So for this one, there still isn't a due date on this particular card, I think, Aldo, right? So I think we can definitely put that in. That can tie into Haspi's calendar. Let's check on the next card. Same thing. I think there's no. This is a template card, so no due date yet. I'm also a little bit wondering why Haspi is actually working on a template card rather than a real card. So if it's a template card, it should be something that we've established has already worked, rather than making a template card before it's proven success. So that could be a formatting decision to be made to make this a little bit more clear. And then on this particular one, this one looks okay. No due date yet. And okay, when I look at the visualization here, Aldo, what I see is, okay, I can see that this response, this is good. So I can see that there's flow. This indicates to me that the invitation letters are working and that there is some flow coming through. I don't know if the date of experiment is correct. It seems a little bit really too early, like the 6th of July. It was probably started a little bit beforehand. So I think we can get that to be a little bit more accurate. Oh, well, that was started on the 1st of July. Wow, crazy. Okay, so definitely we probably should put a time budget on the card. Okay, let's see, categorized property type. I like how, yes, as a mentor, I think you're simplifying the task now. You're breaking down the big idea into chunks, and this definitely is really, really good. As a leader, I think that's very important to take big jobs and make them into smaller jobs. Great. Restart with the new outreach. Okay. And SEO writing, focus more on keyword research. Okay. If we're going to see focus on keyword research, then, okay, this is good. I see some activity from Haspi's side coming in yesterday. So, okay, he's, okay, looking at keyword density, and I think his papers are over here. For SEO, I think it's one of the hardest things to monitor. That's one of the hardest things to sort of keep it all on track. So what's super important is I guess how, let's take a look at how this research will be represented with good project visualization. Okay, this seems good. So Haspi is thinking about how the way Google Analytics works. He's thinking about the metrics. Okay, he's thinking about his goals. He's thinking about his research. Okay, okay, all right, interesting. Yep, okay, he's looking at all the possibilities. Okay, this is good. It seems like interesting. Okay, he's looking at Quora. Okay, all right. So he seems to have a process now. He's going to go on Quora and he's looking at the intensity of each particular question to determine which particular article he's going to write. And I think he hasn't pulled the trigger yet. So this seems like the research is there, but I don't know if he's answered the questions yet. So this would be where I would, as a mentor, focus on to guide the intern through. It's like, okay, seems like you have the cake, you have everything ready, but why haven't you sliced it yet, so to speak? So okay, all right, that's pretty interesting. Okay, I'll go back to Aldo then.
Okay, thank you, sir, for the suggestion and also about the unpacking things of Asbik's card. I think that will be all from my side. Let's continue to Nadine's. Nadine's, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you, Aldo. Yeah, basically the update that I already told. Currently I'm working on making the objective task for the HR material competency for Caroline, for make sure if she's ready, because since we need to assign all of the HR, including Caroline, to do night shift, which is independently working at night. I just this will help to make sure that she's ready, and also it should be done by today, and the task will be tomorrow. I already give the reminder to her, and also for today, I would like to have pairing with Caroline after HR Scrum to discuss about her progress in of her card, examining the air support chat. So I checked the Dropbox paper of the evidence that she attached. It's still ongoing. I mean, there's actually a lot of progress in her paper. Like she found so many chat to be the strong basis of the guidebook itself. So yeah, but to know more about that, I will have pairing with Caroline this afternoon. That's the little update I'll do.
Okay, thank you, Nadine, for the update. Maybe going to everyone for comments, starting with Mas Gani, maybe.
Okay. I see all material already completed. Probably a question for Nadine. Okay, so I see that all of the learning material already complete learned by Caroline, but have you do some a test or something like that is it she is already really understand, or it's just check the checklist? So what do you think? Have you?
Thank you, Kagani, for the question. Yeah, that's basically the update that I just told. I'm currently working to prepare the test of these materials competency. So yeah, we can make sure, and everyone actually can check that she is ready or not. She's really understand about the materials or not.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Kagani.
Okay, thank you, Mas Gani, for the question. Maybe next to Lilis, Lilis, do you have any comments on?
Yeah, actually, for the newest card from Caroline, maybe I suggest you to attach it also on your card on leadership. And I think you have also to observe that that project also, since the HAR B.2 is done already, I think. Is that correct?
B.2?
Yep. Regarding the
yes.
yeah, so it's done, right? And maybe I suggest you to observe the latest card from Caroline, which is the HAR F.11, I think. And I see also yesterday she's solving. I don't know who's making deals, but I see Caroline managing a deals on Despacito. So yeah, I think that's good for Carolyn. It means that the material that she actually learned from you, which is negotiating, and also what is that? Persuasion negotiation is good. If she actually made the deal, but let you clarify that actually.
Yes, so basically at the very first time the guest contact me on WhatsApp, and she said that she interested with Despacito, and since I was taking a day off yesterday, so I gave the guest air support number, and then Caroline handled it. So the deals is on Caroline.
Yeah, so that means that you succeed, right? When you train or making example to Caroline about what is that about the persuasion and negotiation. So it's good for me. My suggestion is attaching the newest card from Caroline, and I haven't seen the KPI also. Maybe because maybe you are taking day off and you haven't have pairing with Caroline since we also have Idul Adha last week. So maybe that's the next step for you.
Thank you, Kak Lilis, for the suggestion and reminder. Yeah, I will also bring this one about the KPI for my for our hearing this afternoon.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Lilis, for the suggestion. Maybe going to Mara.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm just focusing on what's currently the program for Caroline, and I see HRF.11 examining inquiry coming on air support, WhatsApp, and improvement. My question is that is this discussed within just you and Caroline, or this project has been discussed with the entire team for the relevancy?
It's already been discussed with all the HR member, even in the social event and the outbreak meeting after HR's come.
Okay. Okay, that's good actually. I think I'll just ditto with Lilis. There's not KPI yet. Since already like few days. It's Tandy was asking since what 31st of July.
Yeah.
So that needs to be. I think if relevant of the comments from people in here would be really helpful for you and for Caroline if this card is already completed. Also, for the deadline, maybe Nadine, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Any deadline for this project. So, also another thing that I'd like to ask, since it's just, looking at, since I've seen Husby and all those card previously in projects, they have like a couple of things. So, how is it exactly work in Caroline? Is she just focused on one project in 1 month, or how is it, do you schedule her?
So actually this is for the one project or more than one project is actually based on Caroline's side. It depends on Caroline's side. She's actually have like more than one idea, but she said that she's not ready to have like 2 big projects in the same time like that. And then what I'm focusing on Caroline is actually on HR material competency first, Ara. It might look like in one card only, but the subjects are so many subjects, right? And I need to make sure that she is actually understand all the materials first. Like if you can open the HR material competency, I think it doesn't take a little time to make sure that she is understanding all the materials as an HR.
Okay. Okay. If it consists of many subjects, I would actually suggest you to break down what are the subjects exactly that she is currently going on into for this particular project, so that it will be visible better. Like what are the steps exactly that she is currently doing, and then what is the next phase? What is the next step? So. Yeah, that's the thing, I think. So, for example, like in HR, you can see in Jinx text, there's this professional networking, which is, I think it looks like that. So it's the title itself is professional networking, right? Which is it consists of many subjects. So that Jing break it down to like professional networking with HR, professional networking with digital marketing, professional. So like it. I think it's better to have like better visibility. So yeah, I think that's for me.
Okay, okay. Actually, Kak Ara, maybe after I done the task paper, an objective test paper for this material competency, it will be more visible than this. So yeah, the intended outcome of the making the objective test is, the visible progress and evidence of she is really understanding or not uh, of this card of all the materials, Kara. Maybe we'll see after the test is done, and if it's need to be more like visible and objective, I will figure it out. Thank you, Kara.
Thank you, Mbara, for the suggestion. And maybe going to Mas Rizal, do you have any comments on Nadine's card?
Um, okay, from my side is I don't know. I don't have visibility on the milestone basically, like what dates, when the duration of this learning, and then what the next step and what the next step. So instead of I have a suggestion basically. So if we make that on the paper, we can do a screenshot and then attach on this card, and yeah, everyone can also see the milestone directly, rather than we have to go to the next link or link. Yeah, that's for my.
Okay, thank you, Mas Rizal. Maybe going to Jing.
Yeah, I agree with Rizal. Rizal, I think that was a very good comment. So if we know that we're going to go, let's say, have an objective test, I think feel free, Nadine, to share as much material as you have. Right. So show us your construction site and show us your blueprint, and that way we can see. All right, does your current construction site actually going to get to your blueprint? Remember, when we have these sessions, I think it's far more productive if we can kind of look at the plan and see, oh, okay, there's some things you need to fix before we actually create this objective test. So I know you're going to work on an objective test, but in that analogy, I don't know where the site is, right? So I can't inspect the site, and I don't know what the finished outcome will exactly feel like or look like either. So I think this one just needs a little bit more clarity on adding to what Rizal said. Okay.
Okay, thank you everyone for giving feedback to Nadine's card. Maybe we're next to Lily's card for the update. Could you open it, sir?
Done.
Okay.
Oh,
You're going to.
yeah, actually, I don't have any updates on her card since she's taking day off last few days, and I think the current project is about the Traveloka and also the networking. Regarding the professional network, sorry, the data science this webinar, she's still trying to build another networking with UGM lecturer, I think. And actually, the funny thing is actually she wants to stop this. It's really funny actually, but yeah. But then Jing suggests her to collaborate with Cynthia on how to hold the webinar. Maybe because it's the due date is 29th of July, so she usually think that this is the due date, and I should stop because I don't have progress. But actually, me and Jing suggest to continue this, because yeah, we know that this can be slow response because we have dependency with people outside BV, and maybe we can extend the time. But I haven't talked with Frida actually about this. Maybe I'll suggest Frida to contact Cynthia for burden the communication skill, and also reaching out with the other data scientist people. And for the Traveloka card, yeah, it's actually dependencies on you, Aldo. Yeah, I see the dependencies is on you regarding the Traveloka listing. And I also already remind of that to contact by today, whether you can make the listing or is there any problem that we can't solve so we can't continue this project. So I think Frida should decide the continuation of this project by today. So that's actually my update from Frida's card. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Malis, for the update about the Traveloka account. I don't see any reply from Traveloka to about the account accessing problem. Maybe I will contact the Traveloka again and maybe using another account to create the new Traveloka account for the continuation of the project. I think that's the update on dependency for the Traveloka account. Maybe going to everyone for comment. Going to Mas Rizal.
Wait, I'm still looking at it, Mr. Chair. So I don't have any comment for now.
Okay, maybe going to Mas Gani. No update. Okay, no. Okay, thank you. Maybe to Nadine. No comment too. Okay, Bara, do you have any comment?
It just I've heard about the last project about webinar, which I think it's pretty interesting. But I'd like to actually ask both Lilis and Jing, isn't it like belonged more to PR rather than in revenue management? So yeah, that's just the only comment I have.
Okay, maybe I'll start first. About the webinar itself. Okay. Actually, why this is in revenue management chapter, it is because it's initially created by Jing actually for the professional networking, but since we have professional networking with Slavic actually, and Jing has inspiration to make a data science scientist webinar. And why this card in revenue management is because the people that really understand about DS is actually VD, and so we need to observe it like frequently and also have discussion with VD. Maybe from my sides, that what I know from this card. Maybe over to you, sir.
Yes, thank you very much, Lilis. Lilis is right, and also Ara is right too. This is a cross-chapter, I think, initiative. The primary purpose of HR is to deepen the talent pool and extend our capabilities and grow the best professional network for hospitality innovation. There is essentially a specialization in data science, as Lilis has pointed out, so that if we do want to get together a specialized community, the people in, let's say, this particular chapter, revenue management, I believe are they're probably in the best position to organize it. This is a little bit like technical recruiting. So when we do technical recruiting, that understanding of what the actual person does is slightly more. It's a little bit different than regular recruiting. So I think this is actually a cross-chapter collaboration. That's why it sort of had a bump. Because that's why, what was it? That's why Frida should talk to Cynthia too as well about it. Because if it's not cross-chapter linked, then the purpose of it doesn't necessarily continue. So currently it's RM, but I think it also has, yes, it has a HR over function too as well.
Going to Bara.
Okay, I can understand, and it's totally fine that it is now in RM because there is no PR board yet anyway. But I was just asking, like, if we do later have like specifically board for PR, do you think this is belong specifically like in PR with RM people tagged on the card, or is it still going to be like in the chapters?
Ooh. I think it would be in the first case. It should probably be in PR, and it should be tagged to. This should support the PR mission, or the depends. Actually, it depends. Depends what the purpose of the webinar is. if the webinar's purpose is to actually enhance the people's understanding of let's say data science, then I think data, that revenue can champion that by themselves. If the principal purpose is to do public relations and to sort of get our brand out there so that we can hire, recruit more, then that should be championed by that. Because the event will have different, let's say, construction based on each particular objective. If it's a learning event, then probably more learning questions, more specific things. If it's a PR event, probably more marketing, more whatever ways to enhance it. If it's a cross-chapter event, which it can be both, then I suppose that the two sides will have to decide who's going to lead it, right? There should be a single leadership source. I agree with you on that one, Ara. But it can be one of those things, I think, depending upon what the ultimate outcome is intended to be, it changes. So this one is professional networking to accelerate RM knowledge and understanding. So this is a way that we thought, okay, all right, let's do this so that we become better at doing what we do. Not really related to recruiting at the moment, not really related to PR at the moment. But if it is related to those missions, then yeah, we can definitely have it on that board.
Yeah, thank you, Mara, for the question. Maybe going to Jing for the comment on Lily's card.
Sure. Let's see. I think Lily's caught it. So where did it go? Okay. So Lily's, yes, absolutely. If somebody is working and they're making progress on a card and the due date is over, I would say then as a mentor, you should use your wisdom to decide whether or not they should go through or not. If they're 80% of the way there, they need a little bit more time to cross over, then I think that could be okay. If they're getting stuck and you're just seeing like more time being thrown in, then that's not okay. As a mentor, you're going to have to make that judgment too, right? And it can be one of the things that we discuss here to gain more wisdom on that. So I think that's good. The other part, my only comment for Lilith is, I don't know. Yes, Lilith, yes.
Actually, this is not the latest card. She has make a pivot.
Oh.
So I just attached it just now. So can you
here. Right.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
For latest card.
Thank you. Okay. Good. Then I have no comments. Thank you, Lilith.
Sorry, sir. So I just forget it.
No worries. Yeah. Okay. All good.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for the comment on Lily's card. I think that covers all about the Scrum. Continuing to discussion management, I think we have one from Jing, active listening, Socratic method development. Would you share more about this, Jing?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be happy to. So I actually asked Alethea for some personal feedback on my leadership style. And she mentioned something like, she didn't mention it was me, but she mentioned that as a company, we can do better active listening. And so this, I think, is a pretty important exercise. So the feedback was that a lot of times as a mentee, you might not feel heard, or you might not feel like you're being understood, and that other people are just speaking over you or on top of you. And I thought about that, and I thought about what are maybe the underlying reasons for that. And I want to approach this as a group of mentors here, right? Do we do that? And should we continue doing that? And what is the underlying root cause, and how can we fix it? So one of the ways I want to go through this is sort of explore this idea of Socratic discussion, which is a method I think we're all familiar with. But I also want to like really drill down and see if this happens, why does it happen, should it stop happening, and how can we improve? Okay, let's see. I guess over to the chair to lead the conversation.
Okay, I think Jing got the point there that about the active listening from the mentee. Let's hear everyone's opinions. Starting with Nadine. What do you think about this active listening?
Yes, thank you, Chair. So,
Secretary will.
Secretary, yeah. Oh, wait, let's see who's secretary today.
It's actually you, sir.
It's me, yeah? Oh, okay, all right, good. Okay, all right, perfect.
Okay, going to Nadine again.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. So about Socratic method, I actually know these methods in since the very beginning I joined Bukit Vista. I always see that Vita and Ara always applied this kind of method to discuss to all members and to discuss about everything to all members. And knowing that, I know that this is the culture of Bukit Vista. So I I also often to use this kind of method to bring discussion with my mentees. And yeah, if it's being the culture of Bukit Vista for after discussion, this will be good. Uh, and yeah, for the feedback from Alithia, I also agree. Maybe some of the mentees or some of the people is feeling like not being heard or being understood. So this method will be very helpful. And yeah, that's from my side.
Okay, thank you, Nadine. Maybe I think follow up question from me. How do you apply this method to Caroline, Nadine?
Like about the when the very beginning I did pairing with Caroline. So yeah, basically I asked about uh, what materials maybe like this like reservation. I asked her first about what do you know about our reservation types, and yeah, at that time, surprisingly, she already knew well about the reservation. So yeah, basically in every subject, I asked her first, like, what if she familiar with that or not.
Okay, thank you, Nadine, for the answer. Maybe going to Lilis, do you apply this Socratic method on Frida, and how do you apply it?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yep. I'm frequently use this method actually. It's just to add understanding, for me on how actually people understand what actually for especially for Frida, what actually Frida understand of her project. I mean, how well her understanding regarding this, and also I can give the right feedback on the right project that she's currently doing, because I know how far she understand, and also my understanding. If I can't reach the ability or I mean the next steps that should be taken by Frida, from that knowledge I can search for other mentor, for example reaching Fidi to help Frida, because I can't help her. So it's actually very helpful for mentorship development from my side. Thank you, sir. Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Lilis, for the answer. Maybe going to Mas Gani for your feedback about Nadine's and Lilis' application on Socratic method.
I think, but when the mentor use Socratic method to the mentees, I think it's very good. I agree with Nadine as well about helpful to get people more heard, because when Socratic method applied, we ask the mentees and we can hear what they thought, what they feeling. So it's not just about the mentor giving all the source of information, but the mentees can give the feedback as well. So it can be two direction communication. So I think it's very good. I think that's it.
Okay, thank you, Mas Gani, for the feedback. Going to Mas Rizal with the same question about your feedback about of the application of Socratic method.
Yeah, I think I agree with Nadine and Lilis. So yeah, but basically I do realize also when I start to join the Bukit Vista, and yeah, we start the discussion with what do you think, and what do you think, and what do you think, and that's very uh, interesting, because everyone voice is heard, and also uh, all the beginners have some level with the seniors also. And it's also can hook the new insight and the new things that we don't know yet, and from that discussion maybe can start new beginning of a new, I don't know, maybe a new idea, and also a new knowledge from the senior that haven't heard that yet. And yeah, I think that's all for me. Yeah, I think that's all for me. Back to Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Mas Rizal. Maybe going to Mbak Ara about this active listening, about your feedback and how to like escalate this to hear the mentees thoughts.
Okay. Okay, so I have 2 points to be discussed here. This is an interesting topic. So first is about Socratic method, and the second is about the statement of not being heard. So about the Socratic method, me personally, I think it's highly effective. Why? Because 90% of the time that you using Socratic method is listen, right? So the mentor itself using most of the time to listen to the mentees about what exactly that they're think about one theory or whatever that we asked. But also that as a mentor, you need to also be sensible enough and effective on detecting whether the person or the mentee is answering based on their thought process, their own answer, or they're telling what we want to hear. That's sometimes that I can detect from people that, for example, when I ask, okay, can you tell me what is help other first? What we want to hear is that, oh yeah, help other first, meaning to this, we should have an, but then maybe they have disagreement on that theory, right? So in that sense, that's related to the second point about not being heard. So as a mentor, I think if somebody is like, I heard a lot when somebody complaining about, it's not just in the company, but any people in the world are saying that, okay, my boss is not listening to me enough. And oh yeah, my manager is not heard what I'm telling. And then I asked a simple question to them. Oh, did you tell them already? And they're just thinking like, not really, though, but I just, so that's your assumption then that you're not being heard. So I think as a mentor, it's also need to be wise on taking feedback from the mentees, and actually you need to observe better on the mentees that you're currently mentor. As in when they said that not being heard, is it truly because they already being step on those enough, or they already speak up enough, or it's just like they feel like they're not being heard? So there are two different action that you need to actually think whether this person is simply just complaining or they actually already did the follow-up actions on about what exactly they're feeling. So yes, I think that's yeah, you guys need to be detecting about their action. Are they communicated directly and assertively about the person related that they think that they're not being heard? So yes, that's the point for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. But I think my follow-up question will be like, how do you sense the the thing between about the thought process, or maybe the things that we want to hear? How do you like differentiate it? And like, how is your thought process on different thing that?
Okay, so usually what I did is that drill down better. So you can actually see first from their face, from their tones, whether they're, you know, like when somebody is telling something with tones that is, I think help other first is blah, blah, blah. But then you think, you can actually sense if somebody is not, it's doubting what they're saying. So in that terms, you can actually drill down better with the follow-up questions about the understanding of what he exactly said. When somebody is like when you ask like help other first and then they answer something and then you drill down and there's giving answer that is very shallow, so then you can actually detect and chase more about whether this person is actually agreeing with the statement that the first time that the person say, or maybe they have another thought process. You can a simple ask like oh yeah, do you agree with that, or what do you think about that? So start with the emotional part on how they exactly feel about the definitions, because sometimes we forgot when we ask like, okay, can you tell me what is step on toes, and then the person said step on toes is this, and then you're done. Okay, that's the correct answer. Then you go to the another discussion, what is help other first, which is no, don't do that. Usually what I did when somebody says, okay, step on toes is this, I ask like, okay, so do you agree with that? or like, what do you think about it? So things like that are actually making people can open up more about how they feel. Maybe they're not agree, right? Yes, it is our theory, but maybe they have another thought processed about it. So understand people on how they actually feels and think about it. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bara. I think I will go back to Nadine and Lilis about your application of Socratic method with what Ara has been saying. How do you sense about like Caroline and also Frida answer? How do they answer when you're applying this Socratic method? Maybe going to Nadine first.
Okay, it's actually difficult, yeah, to apply with Caroline because if Caroline is excited and not excited, all the tone is the same. Yeah, and her voice is so little, you know. I think Ara is more aggressive for that. Yeah. I need to follow Ara maybe after this and discuss more about to Ara to how to handle this kind of mentees. Because it's confusing. For me personally, it's also confusing. If I ask for her opinion, she will be like, "Yeah, that's good though." And if she's not agreeing, she will be like, "I don't think that blah 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 blah." The expression is just the same. I cannot detect anything.
Okay, going to Bara.
Okay, so actually, if you this is like maybe some people have a blind spot in heart to actually detect whether it's from tones and face expression. If you can actually detect from that part, then you can focus on the questions. So when Caroline says, "Yeah, I don't agree," or "Yeah, that's good," you can actually drill down that. "Oh yeah, why do you think it's good?" Or "Oh yeah, why do you think it's not good?" So focused on the question that you'd like to actually ask to actually figuring out. Just simply ask, like keep on asking on why. So that's what I usually do.
Okay, I think that's a very
So yeah. So I will highlighting the drill down the question, yeah. Okay.
okay, maybe going to Lilis. What is your opinion? What Ara has been saying? How do you apply it? Frida?
Yeah, actually, before Ding's highlighting this method, it was like basically a natural process for me. I mean, what I mean by natural process, I usually ask, right, and if I haven't get the answer yet, so as Ara said, I'll follow up with the other question. Just like, for example, I ask Frida, what do you think about this? Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, but you have to know why this is good. Just like I have maybe the question is different from Era. I mean the sentence, but basically the method is the same. Just like asking question until I get the the deepest answer from the mentee, actually. And yeah, basically, because my tone maybe and something around. I said it like a joke, so it brings like the situation is santai, so relax. So there's no what is that? Tegang-tegang lah ya in the discussion. So it's quite good actually.
Okay, so basically, Lilis already applied what has been Ara said in his mentorship. Okay, maybe going to Jing for final thoughts about this.
Okay, thank you, Aldo. I'm trying to think of a way to teach Aldo how to use Socratic method. But okay, let me just give a demo, right, for how this can work. Aldo, you're doing a really good job. You're doing a real good job, by the way. I was going to offer you some suggestions, but I think you found it. When Ara mentioned something, you thought, okay, there's some good stuff here, right? You spread it out to Nadine and Lilith for commenting on that. That is a way to encourage active listening, right? So if you go down, let's say, okay, all right, Nadine, what do you think of active listening? Lilith, what do you think of active listening? Rizal, what do you think of active listening? Donnie, what do you think of active listening? So then that creates active talking, right? That creates everybody contributing. But if you start like what we're training moderators to do at a conference, if you say, hey, Nadine, what do you think of it? And then you say, you stop Nadine, okay, that's an interesting point. Lilith, what's your feedback from Nadine on that point? And do you agree with it or do you not agree with it? And then afterwards, you have two thoughts. You can ask Rizal, of these two thoughts that you've heard so far, Nadine and Lilith, Rizal, which one do you agree with more? And then you keep on doing that, and then you have a third person, a fourth person, and you keep on stirring, and that forces active listening to actually just happen. It forces active listening because you can't even have an opinion. I wasn't listening. I was just thinking about what I was going to say next. So in a way, you can almost. I was trying to think of a way to Socratically teach this idea, but I haven't figured out how to teach what I just said. As a moderator and as a mentor, I think you have a lot of opportunities to create active listening. It's just more of if we actually bring that culture in. I was quite inspired by what I saw with the research review, what we did with the Indomies. I saw that Lilith and Vidi always ask questions, and then I think there should be a moderator that cross-examines these questions, right? So that everybody is not just thinking about like what to say, but they're thinking about what other people have said versus their own thought. And then they should also think about how, like, who's right? Which person, and move kind of like towards a decision-making process too. Like, you've heard this thought, you've heard this process, which one do you agree is more? And then you can even get next level. You can get like, what do you think? Why do you think Nadine said what she said in response to what Lilith said? Right? Really active listening, really like thinking like, what is this person's mindset? So part of it can be facilitated. It can be made into culture to actually do more active listening. And the moderator, the chairperson, the person who leads, has a lot of influence in creating that culture of active listening. So, but really good, I think, Aldo, for this. You're seeing the opportunities and you're seeing ways to create it. And that's I think, a first step.
Okay, thank you, Jing, for that. I think we only have like 4 minutes left. Do you have like anything to share again with about this topic or maybe another topic? Anyone? Going to everyone, do you have like anything to talk to mention on this last 4 minutes? Going to Nadine first, maybe? Okay, thank you. Going to Ara. Thank you. Going to Mas Gani. Going to Lilis. Okay, going to Mas Tendi, maybe?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think that's a good process for you guys. Yeah, I see that each people have a different method to teach their body, and then I think this is good forum for share it that what you do for what is the best that you do for your body, and then what is your lack of that. So I think you are on track. So yeah, keep it, move it, guys.
Okay, thank you, Mas Tendi. Going to Mas Rizal.
I don't know. I just agree with Aldo's method today, and yeah, I see you already applied the second method when we discuss it. So yeah, it sound like everyone have to have this skill on the to be chair person or to be leading a meeting or to give mentorship to the mentees. And yeah, I just agree and apa namanya, and I give positive feedback for you.
Okay, thank you, Mas Rizal. I think that's all for our leadership meeting today. Let's pick the next chair person for the discussion on Wednesday.
Aldo.
Yeah.
I think you can add more smiley face on your cheering.
Did I?
You look so serious.
Okay, I'm not actually. Yes, I am grumpy. Okay, next chairperson will be Mas Gani, and Eugene will help me. Okay, Thank you. And the next is me being the secretary. Okay. I think that's all for our scrum today. Maybe like some little feedbacks for me with these 2 minutes about my chairing today. Anyone? Going once, going twice. Okay, Jing.
I think you were effective today. So today I noticed that there was actually a magical moment right in this discussion where I think we had a lot of energy all of a sudden come together, right? Everybody wanted to talk, they wanted to express themselves. And I think it's like these moments that really inspire delight. So you were able to bring that out, Aldo, and that I think is a positive thing. Um, yeah, that's good.
Okay, thank you. Anyone? 1 minute left. Okay, I think no. Then that's all for the Scrum today. Thank you for attending. See you on another meeting.
Oh, real quick. I need some feedback ideas, right? Since this is still part of my this is the overall program is sort of led by HR. Improvement ideas, really quickly for this particular session. Did we cover everything that needed to be said, or is there ways that we can make it better? Let's go over to Nadine first.
Yes, I think the meeting is went well. We discuss everything, and basically, personally, we discuss everything that I need to be here.
Okay, good. Okay, Gani?
Okay, honestly, I still confused about the difference between the leadership and the project management service. So,
Okay.
since the Trello board is one, and we use one discussion management paper, and we use one card for the two meetings. So, is it project development, project management, or is it leadership? So a bit, and also on the update as well. So what is the different updates from the project management gear and leadership? So what is the difference?
Okay. Quick question, everyone. Does anyone else feel the same confusion that there's not enough distinction between leadership and project management?
I only joined leadership actually, so I don't know what's
Yeah,
going on.
I also only joined this mentorship, so I can't really tell.
Okay. They're two different tracks. So overall, this is a leadership development board, Gani. I'll have a sub discussion with you on that one. Yeah. Okay. So good. Thank you, Gani, for the feedback. Let's go over to Rizal. Rizal, any feedback?
I agree with this mentorship meeting. We have a deep discussion, but on the project management is we have a deep discussion on the each card. So I think that's very. I agree with this method because on the mentorship we have to share what our friction, but on the project management is we share what our best practice. So yeah, that's my
Okay, all right. There you have it. Somebody else got the answer. Active listening. Thank you, Rizal. Over to Lilith. Any improvement ideas?
Actually, for the structure, I like it, sir. But I don't see any updates from RS intern. Actually, maybe I would like to also love also hear from them.
All right, very good. All right, Ara's on the spot. Over to Ara for ideas.
Okay, I'll attach it. I thought I was here visiting to observe, but okay, I'll attach mine. And then for just what is it? Responding to Jing's point about active listening. So this session is basically from HR to have active listening for you guys as the mentor, right? But I just would love to see more frictions that you can tell, because so far I can see like the portions of the meeting is more on reviewing the card instead of saying directly what are your frictions. So I am more interested actually on Lily's, Nadine, and Aldo's friction on mentoring itself. So yeah, maybe like next time can put in this discussion management paper on what exactly the difficulties of you guys. So yeah.
Yep, please do. Please do. If you do have something that is like, what do I do? Please post it here. This is where we can get a lot of best practices done. Okay, well, we've taken up 3 minutes from HAR's time. Thank you very much. And yeah, thank you, Aldo, for sharing today. And have a good one. See you. Bye-bye.